15 months ago, post the initial COVID lockdown, we had an opportunity to sit down with Sport New Zealand and with a couple of other local partners to look at what we could do in a real different and meaningful way with sport. And we had an opportunity to work with Poverty Bay Rugby, with Josh Willoughby and his crew, to come up with a product that we believed would provide peoples in that community a different way to engage in sport. But it's about delivering locally to the community, telling us what they actually want to see. Delivering in softball today, but in previous clusters we've had basketball, we've had softball together, we've had rugby, we've had touch, all delivering. And what we've found through the mahi in the last 10 months has just been incredible. The insights learnt from this have been so powerful, and that's just super meaningful. It provides sport as a mechanism for the kids to engage differently, and we're really excited by the outcomes that we're receiving.
I'd just really like to commend Softball New Zealand for the innovative way in which they have come into our region, obviously working with the local association, Tairāwhiti Softball, but critically also working with the regional sports organisation, Poverty Bay Rugby Union, connecting in with us as the Regional Sports Trust, as well as the kura and the schools, to deliver really good community-led physical activity opportunities for communities that are often under-resourced and under-serviced, and to be honest, are often the have-nots when it comes to receiving these opportunities. It's been a fantastic year, and I think what we've seen here is a blueprint for success around effective collaboration.
Funnily enough, on my drive up the coast here, there was a sign on the side of the road that had the phrase, "Local people solving local problems." And that's very much the approach that Softball New Zealand and Ray and Poverty Bay Rugby Union have been taking throughout this kaupapa. The approach that we've been witnessing over the last day or so with Softball New Zealand and Poverty Bay Rugby Union is really around being deeply embedded within the community and understanding their desires for physical activity, their barriers, and co-creating those solutions as initiative is being delivered and being facilitated. For us, it's a different way of thinking where the solutions aren't created within the offices in Auckland or Wellington. They're created here by the local people that are facing those local barriers day in and day out.
A lot of our whānau and a lot of our tamariki wanted softball and basketball. My role is just taking matua and introducing him into all our kura, so it was like easy access for him, because some of our coast schools are quite hard to get into. So the relationships that I have with the kura are already established, and it was just easier for Matua Ray just to come in and rock in and do what he does, and it's been an amazing experience for all our kura along the coast. The impact's been huge. As you can see, all our tamariki love it. The way he delivers, the kids really respond to it. Not just the tamariki, but the kaiako as well. I'm learning off him myself. What I like about softball is you don't have to be the best athlete. It suits all abilities. As you see, you got a few tamariki that we just had have a bit of learning difficulties. Some have physical disabilities, but they can still participate. So it doesn't matter if you're the Michael Jordan or if you're just learning. It's a kaupapa that's inclusive for all our tamariki, and I love it. I haven't heard anything bad about this kaupapa since it's been here. Our kids are just like frothing at the mouth for more.
It seems to be an immediate success. There's no negativity. Students that are generally non-compliant are 100% involvement. There's a 100% participation going on. It's just immediate success, immediate.
The biggest part about it is he's continuously coming. It's an ongoing thing. Up here on the coast, we normally get some one-offs where people will come in, do a session, and then we don't see them again. It's such a blessing to have Matua Ray and his team come back and keep going with our kids and then have a competition at the end. We're really, really happy to have him here. And it's so cool to get other small kura in with us. So we've got Makarika, we've got our kura and Tapiri Nui a Whātunga from up the road, all joining together, 3 small schools coming together to get the instruction from Matua Ray around a variety of sports. He's doing softball, basketball and cricket as well, so really happy about that.
We never get people coming up with this expertise to come all the way where we are, the 2.5 hour drive either way. not only give us expertise, but make it a lot more enjoyable than what I'm able to offer the kids at the moment. They just sit there and they listen and they take it in. Even some of the kids that I didn't think would listen, they're there and they're giving it a go at least. And then they're becoming more confident. So some of the people who aren't really sporty are being able to develop their skills through Ray. They're able to participate in that particular activity to a good level and enjoy it, which is the main thing.
You know, some of our kids are from low socio-economic families, so even the ability outside of school to access things like this is not a possibility, so that even in school it's hard to do. And the easiest way for us, because we're 2.5 hours away, is for people to come to us for Māori, to get in a car and come up here to us is money well spent. Just sport in general, not just the sporting attributes that it teaches our kids, but the social, the spiritual, the effect that sports has on tamariki is priceless really. I don't think you can get it through any other vehicle than sport.
The success of the program over the last 6 months has primarily been about delivering what the community want to over 550 tamariki from 14 kura along the coast that stretch from Tolaga Bay to Cape Runaway. This momentum has positioned us nicely for phase 2 of the project, which centres around building capability and capacity in these communities so that they become more self-sufficient and that the initiatives are more sustainable.